Kody's shocking desire for a younger wife. Robyn's unstoppable revenge revealed. Hello friends, I am Elena. Welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Sister Wives Universe. The shocking rumors surrounding Kody Brown's alleged desire for a much younger wife, and the powerful, unstoppable revenge that Robyn is planning in response. This story has shaken the foundation of what remains of the Brown family, and it is sparking fierce debates across social media, fan circles, and beyond. In this detailed breakdown, we will explore Kody's controversial behavior, Robyn's strategic counterattacks, and the far-reaching consequences that may forever change the legacy of the Brown family. For years, viewers of Sister Wives have witnessed the breakdown of the once glorified polygamous household of Kody Brown. With multiple divorces, fractured relationships, and mounting resentments, the once united family is now a shadow of its former self. Yet, even after so much collapse, new drama has emerged. One that is as scandalous as it is shocking. Reports suggest that Kody has expressed a desire to bring a much younger woman into his life, effectively reigniting the idea of adding to his marriages. What makes this revelation so explosive is not just the timing, given how most of his marriages have failed, but also the fact that this move directly threatens the one wife who stood by him the longest. Robyn, to understand why these revelations sting so deeply, it's important to look at Kody's history. Over the years, fans have accused him of favoritism, neglect, and control issues. His preference for Robyn over his other wives led to the breakdown of trust with Mary, Christine, and Janelle. When the fractures became too deep, each of those relationships eventually ended. But what's most telling is Kody's inability to sit with loss. He seems perpetually unsatisfied with the idea of simply maintaining the one relationship he has left. Instead, he appears desperate to reclaim the image of being the leader of a large plural family. To him, that image represents strength, power, and legacy. And now, according to insiders, Kody has hinted, whether jokingly or seriously, that he wants to pursue someone younger. This desire, in his eyes, may rekindle the vibrancy and authority he feels he has lost. But to Robyn, the implications are devastating. So why a younger wife? Critics believe it comes down to ego. Kody, approaching the later years of his life, may be feeling a sense of midlife crisis. The loss of his other wives, the estrangement from many of his children, and the collapse of his reputation in the eyes of fans all contribute to his need to reassert dominance. A younger wife to him may symbolize vitality, admiration, and a fresh start. Someone inexperienced, someone less critical, and someone who might buy into his grand visions of leadership and polygamy without questioning his authority. But the reality is far different. The dynamics of today's world no longer favor the outdated notions that once kept his family together. Younger women are not as easily manipulated, nor are they drawn to polygamy in the same way past generations may have been. Here's where Robyn's perspective comes in. For over a decade, she has been the wife who most fiercely defended Kody. She sacrificed friendships, endured public criticism, and bore the brunt of being labeled the favorite wife. While she gained Kody's loyalty, she also earned the resentment of the other women. Now, after years of defending him, she finds herself in an unimaginable position. Kody actually brings in a younger wife. Her entire investment, emotional, financial, and reputational, will crumble. She would no longer be the cherished partner but instead be pushed into the same marginalized corner that she once watched the other wives occupy. Those close to Robyn describe her as strategic, protective, and calculating. She may appear soft-spoken, but beneath that exterior lies a woman who knows how to play the long game. Kody dares to pursue a younger wife. Robyn is said to be preparing an unstoppable form of revenge. Her revenge may not be loud, public, or chaotic. Instead, it is rumored to be precise, quiet, and devastatingly effective. From gaining control of finances to carefully crafting her public image apart from Kody, Robyn's strategy could leave him isolated and broken in ways he never anticipated. Robyn's first weapon is the narrative. For years, Kody has controlled how the family was presented to the public. He painted himself as a devoted father and leader, while pinning blame for problems on his wife's inability to get along. But as the tide shifts, Robyn could take control of her own narrative. With sympathy already leaning toward her due to the hardships of polygamy, she has an opportunity to position herself as a victim of betrayal. By doing so, she could not only tarnish Kody's reputation further but also secure her standing with fans who once resented her. Money has always been a sensitive topic in the Brown household. From housing disputes to legal complexities, financial strain has been a recurring theme. Insiders suggest that Robyn has already taken steps to secure her financial future, ensuring she and her children are protected should Kody make reckless choices. Robyn also holds leverage through her children. Kody's relationships with many of his older children are strained, if not broken entirely. The one area where he still feels a sense of fatherhood is through Robyn's younger children. If she were to restrict his access or influence the children's opinions of him, it would deliver a crushing emotional blow. In today's world, social media has become a weapon as powerful as any legal or financial maneuver. Robyn could use her platform to subtly or directly call out Kody's selfishness. She could share posts about loyalty, betrayal, or the importance of protecting children, all of which fans would immediately interpret as digs at him. The fan base of sister wives has always played a huge role in shaping the public perception of the Browns. Already, fans are skeptical of Kody's decisions and have little sympathy for him. If Robyn positions herself correctly, she could flip from villain to survivor in the eyes of the public. Of course, Kody is not blind to these dynamics. He may try to counter Robyn's influence by doubling down on his own narrative, painting himself as misunderstood or claiming that he is simply following his faith. However, his credibility has worn thin. The public no longer views him as a man of integrity but as a man consumed by ego. Even if he does bring in a younger wife, the chances of that relationship lasting are slim. History has shown that Kody struggles to maintain fairness, balance, and respect in plural marriages. Any new relationship would likely crumble under the same pressures. Robyn's revenge is not simply about personal pain. It symbolizes the larger unraveling of the polygamous dream that Kody once championed. For years, he insisted that polygamy was about unity, faith, and eternal family. Now, with the family shattered and Robyn potentially turning against him, his vision lies in ruins. As we look at the bigger picture, one thing becomes clear. The Brown family's story has shifted from one of unity to one of collapse. Kody's desire for a younger wife is not simply a personal choice. It is the final blow in a series of decisions that dismantled everything he built. Robyn's unstoppable revenge may not come with fireworks or screaming matches. Instead, it may manifest in silence, in withdrawal, in reclaiming her power, and in ensuring that Kody is left alone without respect, without unity, and without the admiration he so desperately seeks. Kody Brown's shocking desire for a younger wife has set into motion a chain of events that could destroy what remains of his family and his reputation. Robyn, once seen as his most loyal defender, now holds the power to turn the tables in ways he never imagined. Her revenge, unstoppable and calculated, could ensure that Kody is remembered not as the patriarch of a large family but as the man who lost everything: his wives, his children, his fans, and eventually even the one partner who stood by him the longest. The story of Kody and Robyn is no longer one of unity but one of betrayal, revenge, and the crumbling of a dream that was never sustainable. Fans will be watching closely as the saga continues, but one thing is clear: the days of Kody Brown as the proud leader of a plural family are over, and the final chapter may be written not by him but by Robyn. The topic of polygamy in the United States has always sparked heated debate, from legal challenges to social commentary. Within the public eye, few families have provided as much insight into the complexities of polygamous life as the Browns, featured on TLC's Sister Wives. Among them, Janelle Brown has consistently offered thoughtful perspectives on what life looks like for a family living under multiple marriage arrangements, making her observations particularly noteworthy when it comes to the idea of legal polygamy. Recently, Janelle Brown made headlines for a statement that might surprise even longtime fans of the series. She suggested that, contrary to what some might assume, the legalization of polygamy might not lead to a surge of men eagerly signing up for multiple wives. In fact, she posited, it could have the opposite effect, potentially turning men away rather than drawing them in. This view challenges commonly held notions about polygamy as a system largely desired or sought after by men, and it invites a broader conversation about the social, emotional, and practical realities of such arrangements. Janelle Brown's experience with polygamy is deeply personal. As a longtime wife in a plural marriage, she has lived through the highs and lows of balancing multiple relationships within a single family structure. She understands the intricate dynamics between co-wives, the emotional labor involved, and the challenges that arise in coordinating life across several households. Her insights into how legal recognition might alter these dynamics stem from first-hand experience rather than theory. One of the central points in Janelle's argument is that legal polygamy could introduce a range of new responsibilities and expectations for men that might make the arrangement less appealing. In a legally sanctioned polygamous marriage, men would likely be required to meet heightened financial obligations, maintain legal accountability, and navigate a formalized structure that could include spousal rights, inheritance, and parental responsibilities. In essence, what is currently flexible and somewhat informal in plural marriages, often self-regulated within families, could become rigid and demanding under legal scrutiny. Janelle emphasized that the romanticized version of polygamy, often portrayed in media, rarely captures the full picture. Many people envision a polygamous setup as one where men have multiple wives who cater to their needs, without acknowledging the complexities and challenges faced by all parties involved. She notes that the reality includes extensive coordination, compromise, and emotional management. From her perspective, once legal frameworks are introduced, these challenges could become even more pronounced, leading some men to reconsider whether they truly want such a commitment. Moreover, Janelle highlighted that many men in plural relationships may not even desire formalization in the first place. Informal arrangements allow for flexibility and personal negotiation, giving individuals more room to define the boundaries of their relationships. Legal codification, by contrast, could introduce constraints that feel restrictive or burdensome. For some men, the very appeal of polygamy lies in the autonomy and negotiated agreements that occur outside formal legal systems. By imposing formal rules and obligations, legalization might unintentionally remove the benefits that initially attracted participants to plural marriage. Janelle's comments also touch on the broader societal perceptions of polygamy. Despite growing discussions around marriage equality and alternative family structures, polygamy still faces significant cultural resistance in the United States. Legal recognition could intensify scrutiny, invite public debate, and potentially subject families to judgment or stigma. Janelle suggests that some men might be deterred by the prospect of their personal lives becoming a matter of legal and public record. Privacy, she notes, is often an underrated factor in the decision to engage in plural relationships. Another dimension Janelle raises is the emotional toll that legal polygamy could impose. While her family has worked through its own interpersonal challenges, she recognizes that emotional labor is a critical component of any plural marriage. Co-wives must navigate jealousy, communication, and the distribution of time and attention. If legal structures enforce equality or codify responsibilities, men might find themselves under greater pressure to maintain balance and fairness. The added layer of legal accountability could make the arrangement feel more like a contractual obligation than a personal choice, thereby diminishing its appeal. Financial considerations are another key factor in Janelle's analysis. Supporting multiple households or spouses is already a significant undertaking, often requiring careful planning and budgeting. Legal recognition could mandate spousal support, shared property rights, or child custody arrangements that were previously informal. This increased financial exposure might make polygamy less attractive to men who are accustomed to informal arrangements where expectations are negotiated privately. Janelle notes that the financial implications of formalization are likely underestimated by those outside plural marriage communities. Importantly, Janelle also frames her perspective in terms of fairness and equity. She is keenly aware that polygamy has historically been associated with patriarchal structures that favor men, but her observations suggest that legal polygamy could disrupt traditional dynamics in unexpected ways. Legal obligations could empower co-wives to demand equality, transparency, and accountability, shifting the power balance and potentially challenging men's assumptions about their role in plural households. From this perspective, legal polygamy could become a test of commitment and capability rather than a guaranteed privilege for men. Janelle's reflections resonate with broader discussions about marriage and relationship norms. Legal recognition of any marital structure involves both rights and responsibilities, and polygamy is no exception. Her insights illustrate that desire for multiple spouses is not purely a matter of personal preference, it is intertwined with emotional, financial, and logistical realities. In short, the dream of polygamy as a simple path to fulfillment for men may not align with the practicalities of living within a formalized legal system. Public reactions to Janelle's comments have been mixed. Some fans of Sister Wives praise her honesty and nuanced perspective, noting that she brings authenticity to a conversation often dominated by speculation. Others are surprised or skeptical, holding the assumption that men would eagerly embrace legal polygamy if given the chance. These reactions underscore a broader societal misunderstanding about the nature of plural marriage. It is not simply about male desire or control, but about the complex interplay of relationships, responsibilities, and expectations. Experts in family law and sociology have also weighed in on the discussion, often aligning with Janelle's insights. Legal scholars note that polygamy raises numerous questions related to taxation, inheritance, and spousal rights, while sociologists highlight the emotional labor and negotiation required in multi-partner households. Janelle's perspective, grounded in lived experience, complements these analyses by adding a human dimension to what might otherwise be seen as purely theoretical debates. It is also worth noting that Janelle's position challenges conventional narratives within the media. Reality television often focuses on drama, conflict, or sensationalized depictions of plural marriage, which can distort public perception. By highlighting the potential deterrent effects of legal polygamy, she shifts the conversation from spectacle to substance. Her comments encourage viewers to consider the broader implications of formalizing relationships that are already complex and nuanced. Additionally, Janelle touches on the potential generational impact of legal polygamy. Children growing up in plural households may benefit from structure and legal protections, but they may also face new challenges if disputes arise within the framework of formalized marriage. Men, aware of these stakes, might hesitate to pursue legal polygamy if it introduces risks or complications for their families. Janelle's observations emphasize that the decision to engage in plural marriage is rarely just about adult preference. It carries consequences that extend to children and future generations. Critics of her perspective argue that legal recognition could normalize polygamy and potentially attract more participants. However, Janelle's counterpoint is rooted in practicality. The added obligations, legal scrutiny, and social pressures could outweigh perceived benefits, particularly for men who are not prepared for the demands of plural marriage. In this sense, legalization may act as a filtering mechanism, attracting only those who are fully committed and capable of managing the complex realities involved. Janelle's comments also resonate with conversations about gender dynamics within polygamous marriages. While men are often assumed to be the primary beneficiaries of plural arrangements, she points out that legal frameworks could empower women, requiring men to actively participate in maintaining equitable relationships. This perspective reframes polygamy as a collaborative rather than hierarchical structure, highlighting that formalization could alter traditional power dynamics in ways that some men might find intimidating or unappealing. Another critical point in her argument involves societal perception. Public attitudes toward polygamy remain largely negative in the United States, with concerns about exploitation, inequality, and family stability often dominating discourse. Men considering legal polygamy may face heightened scrutiny, criticism, or legal challenges, which could serve as additional deterrents. Janelle's insight underscores that desire alone is not sufficient. Social and legal context plays a pivotal role in shaping decisions about plural marriage, and reflecting on her own experiences, Janelle emphasizes that communication, patience, and empathy are essential for sustaining plural marriages. These qualities become even more important when legal responsibilities are introduced, as formalization may magnify existing challenges. Men who are unprepared for the emotional and practical demands may find the arrangement less attractive than they initially assumed, aligning with Janelle's assertion that legal polygamy could indeed turn men off. Ultimately, Janelle Brown's perspective provides a thought-provoking lens through which to view the ongoing debate over polygamy in the United States. By combining personal experience with practical considerations, she challenges simplistic assumptions about male desire and highlights the intricate realities of plural marriage. Legalization, she argues, is not merely a matter of opportunity. It is a transformation that introduces responsibilities, scrutiny, and complexities that could deter rather than entice. Her insights contribute to a more nuanced understanding of polygamy, encouraging the public to consider the full spectrum of emotional, financial, and social factors involved. They serve as a reminder that relationships, regardless of structure, are deeply human and cannot be reduced to desire or convenience alone. Janelle's reflections challenge viewers to move beyond stereotypes and engage with the lived realities of families navigating plural marriages. In conclusion, Janelle Brown's assertion that legal polygamy could turn men off is more than a provocative statement. It is a reasoned observation grounded in experience, practicality, and insight into human relationships. It invites reconsideration of assumptions about polygamy, urging society to think critically about what formalizing such arrangements would truly entail. Far from a simple path to desire or control, legal polygamy, as Janelle explains, is a complex undertaking that demands responsibility, accountability, and a willingness to navigate the multifaceted realities of family life. As conversations around marriage equality and alternative family structures continue, Janelle's perspective will likely remain a key contribution to public discourse. It reminds us that human relationships, especially those as intricate as polygamous marriages, cannot be fully understood without acknowledging both the privileges and burdens that accompany them. Her commentary adds depth, clarity, and authenticity to a debate often clouded by assumption and sensationalism. For fans of Sister Wives, Janelle Brown's observations resonate as an honest reflection of the challenges her family faces, while offering a broader lesson about the realities of plural marriage in modern society. Legal recognition, she suggests, is not a straightforward boon. It is a test of commitment, capability, and emotional resilience. In doing so, she flips conventional expectations, showing that sometimes what appears desirable from the outside may be far more complicated once lived in reality. By emphasizing the practical, emotional, and societal factors involved, Janelle Brown provides an essential perspective on the debate over polygamy legalization. Her insights serve not only as commentary on her own family experience but also as a guide for understanding the broader implications of formalizing plural marriages. For men, women, and society at large, her perspective is a reminder that marriage, regardless of its configuration, is a complex human endeavor, one that cannot be reduced